Hey, check up. Let's play some D. Welcome to episode 48 of Play Some D. And as always, you got me, your host, Coach D, in the house, bringing you four quarters or four topics randomly. But this week is really not random at all, outside of one of the topics, the one random topic in the theme of things as far as like relevance. I try to do relevant stuff, up to date stuff, things that's happening, just because that's kind of what's on most people's mind, whether it's sports, music, politics, news, movies, TV shows. Did I say music? Current events, just things in the news. Try to talk about the most up to date stuff. But the random one that's outside of the realm today is Lil Wayne's studio albums. I'm going to rank his studio albums because I've just been wanting to. I haven't done it yet because I've been trying to figure out if I wanted to do it with the mixtapes or without the mixtapes. And I'm just going to do the studio albums, and I'll talk about that later on. I'm also talking about Abbott Elementary, which the season finale of season 1 just happened. Let's talk about that show. I'm going to talk about, obviously, NBA stuff. As I mentioned last week's episode, NBA was going to dominate this week's, and it will. I'll do my playoff bracket, and I will do my pick for the NBA awards. So, if you don't mind, as always, you hit the like button, hit the sub button, drop a comment. Let me know what you think as far as the awards, all that good stuff. In the NBA terms, turn on that, post notifications. Them shorts drop. Them shorts be bangers. And I'm not gonna drag it out because I feel like I'm excited to talk about these specific topics this week for sure. So let me not even waste no time. Let's tip this baby off. Perfect tip off will be the NBA playoffs. Let me start there. So let me get that. Let's see here. Yeah, so we have already the playing games have happened, all of them. So Brooklyn beat the Nets. So the Brooklyn is going to play Boston. Well, as see, this is here. This is up to date. But we still have to see Atlanta versus Cleveland and Cleveland, and the Pelicans versus the Clippers. So I'll start on the West side because I know whoever wins this game. I really kind of wanted to wait till these games were done on Friday, but I won't have any time over the weekend to do a video. But it doesn't matter. I figured it doesn't really matter because whoever wins this, they're going to lose to Phoenix. Phoenix is going to beat whoever the 8th seed is unless something crazy happens. Dallas and Utah, with Luka being out, this is like Utah's going to win this. Golden State is going to beat Denver, and I am going with I really want to go with Minnesota, but I think Memphis will have the better players on the court, and I'm gonna go with Memphis to win. So that's that in that first round. On this side, I think Miami beats Atlanta relatively easy. I think Cleveland has a shot to beat Miami. So I do think Cleveland does win over Atlanta. I know as of last night, Atlanta was favored by 1.5. But I do like Cleveland at home to win that game in the 1-8. I'll come back. Let me think for a second. Philly and Toronto is going to be very, very interesting. I do think Toronto can win this series. The East is tough because all these teams, well. Yeah, I mean, actually, it is tough. I mean, the only one I feel like you really believe is going to happen is Milwaukee beating Chicago. And then the rest of these are toss-up. I mean, Brooklyn is going to fight. And I think for whatever reason, I just feel like Brooklyn's going to win. They really shouldn't, but I just think they're going to win unless Jason Tatum has to be better than but anybody can get what they won against Brooklyn. So I don't know. I mean, conventional wisdom says a 2 beats the 7, but Brooklyn's favorite. they will have the best two. Well, no, it's gonna go. It's as far as players go, it goes Durant, Tatum, Kyrie, Jaylen Brown as far as like ranking the players. And then from there, I think the next couple players you would probably pick are on Boston. Marcus Smart, even you take Al Horford over the rest of the Brooklyn guys. So it's that one's tough, man. It's really, really hard. Yeah, I think just so as going back here, I do think just Miami having that edge. I'm picking Cleveland. I think Miami would then beat Cleveland. So I think Miami just has the pedigree to win. I think they have the tougher players. I think they'll be able to get it done. I do believe that. Philly, Toronto. I just don't know what James Harden shows up. If James Harden shows up, Philly wins easily. If Tobias Harris shows up, Philly wins easily. Them losing in this first round could really, really happen. But I'm gonna take Philly. I am going to take Philly to win. I think Embiid won't let them lose, at least in the first round. Then Milwaukee, and then I am going to take. I'm just gonna stick. I'm gonna go with KD. I'm gonna go with KD to get the job done. So then back to the West. Phoenix is gonna beat Utah, and then Golden State is gonna beat Memphis. I think the West is pretty easy to predict here. Miami, Philly. I'm going to take Miami. I think Eric Spoelstra is going to coach the lights out of Doc Rivers, who I don't think is a good coach. And then I think Milwaukee will beat Brooklyn. Milwaukee will beat Miami. And healthy Steph Curry and the boys beats Phoenix. And then we got Milwaukee and Golden State, and I like Milwaukee to overpower. Gonna say I think Milwaukee wins this one back to back. I think they found themselves in a good spot because even if Boston does win, I think they beat Boston just as well as they beat Brooklyn. And then if they happen to get lucky enough to get Toronto, even Toronto or Philly, I mean, I'm sure they would rather them over Miami. Even I don't think they really care which three of these teams they got in the Eastern Conference Finals. I think they feel like they'll win regardless. I think Milwaukee just has a nice move roll without any injuries or anything. So Milwaukee versus Golden State, I think is the championship, and I think it's a really good one, especially if Curry's better. And this is all based on Steph Curry coming back and being healthy. If he's not healthy, Phoenix goes. Either Phoenix or I don't think Phoenix will lose to Memphis, but Phoenix goes if Steph isn't healthy. If Steph's healthy, I'll take Golden State. Golden State a 3-3 matchup in the finals. So that is my prediction for. Those are my predictions for the NBA playoffs. That was first quarter. Let's keep these babies rolling, and in the same thing. We're staying with the NBA, and I'm gonna look at this from a different angle here, and we're gonna talk about the NBA awards. And I'm gonna look at it from Vegas's point of view, which I think is a pretty cool point of view to look at it from. So I think a lot of people more so care about this from gambling, because people put money on it. As you can see, most of the bets are on Embiid, but most of the money's on Jokic. I personally think Embiid wins this award. I think it's his year to win it. What he did without. He was balling just like Jokic is, but he has his team, I just think, in a better spot with maybe not with less, but the Ben Simmons things and James Harden came over late, and Jokic didn't have anybody all year, so it is fair to have him that high, but I just don't think he should win it. I think Joel should win it. I also believe that Booker should be number 4 in voting. I hope he winds up being number 4 in voting. Maybe Tatum at 5, and then you could put Luka in there. But the order really should be like Joel, Giannis, or Jokic, either or. Jokic is fine at number 2. Then you would put Giannis or Booker. I actually wouldn't mind Booker over Giannis just because his team. I feel like Booker, that record and what the Phoenix Suns have done. I know it's some Chris Paul in there, and all their players got better. But Booker being 3 or 4 wouldn't bother me at all. But I think Joel wins this award. Rookie of the Year, I think is pretty easy. I believe it's for sure Evan Mobley. You can see most of the money's on Cade, and I think that might have been. I don't know if this is from the beginning of the year or not, but Cade didn't play well enough at the beginning to get it going. It's really between Scotty and Evan, and I think Evan does get it. There's nobody else to even really talk about in this matter. The Cavs were doing really, really well. They were up there in the standings till some guys got hurt, including him. So that brought his numbers down a little bit as well. So the Rookie of the Year should go to one of these two guys, and I'm pretty sure it edges out to Mobley. Maybe they do a split. I hate splits. LeBron and Carmelo split, and I think they were talking about Anthony Edwards and LaMelo should have split it last year. I hate splits, but that one definitely should have been a split last year. You can see the Defensive Player of the Year is they have it listed as Marcus Smart. I'm Jaren Jackson or Mikal Bridges is who I lean towards. Rudy Gobert should not get this award. I think Jaren Jackson has played really, really well on defense, and Mikal Bridges has played outstanding. And the perimeter guys just should get it. But Marcus Smart, with the Celtics have done, anchoring that defense and things of that nature. But, I think Robert Williams is better. I don't know if he's better than DeAndre Ayton. I can't say that. Or Steven Adams. But all these guys do have an anchor behind them, and they utilize that on these wing guys. So, Bam balling to. I do like this first 4, but it could be, these 3 can be scrambled up, and I wouldn't be mad at if any of those guys get it. But I think I would go Mikal Bridges for sure for Defensive Player of the Year. The most improved player is where it gets the most interesting. We have all different things from DeJounte Murray to Desmond Bane to Jordan Poole, Robert Williams, Wendell Carter, Ja Morant, Darius Garland. But as you can see, money-wise, it's Ja Morant and Darius Garland. I'm under the feeling that I don't think top draft picks should get this most improved award. I just don't. Unless they were. Darius. I don't know. It's just something about big time. Ja Morant's been good. I just don't know how he becomes most improved. I just don't think he should get that award. I don't think he should really even want to be in that award, really, or Darius Garland. I just think some guys, unless they fell off a cliff, like if you go, 4 years, 5 years in, you bounce around, then you have a sucky year, then you have a great year. I think that's when you get it. I think it should be like, I don't know. I just think these top guys, they're good. Like Darius Garland is a baller. Ja Morant's a, baller. Didn't he win Rookie of the Year? I know. I don't even remember if he won Rookie of the Year. I think he did, or I don't know if him or Zion. Who won that Rookie of the Year? But yeah, most improved, I think it should definitely go to Jordan. I believe it should. So I'm carrying on here. I just believe it should go to Jordan Poole or DeJounte Murray. I wouldn't be mad at either of those guys getting it. I do understand the statistical argument for Ja and Darius, though. And it's just hard to say, even though I'm saying it and other people are saying it as well. It's just hard to say a guy that got drafted early should just be discounted for having an outstanding season. Because what if he averaged 40 and whatever? You'd be like, oh, you got to give it to him if his numbers improve that much. So I do understand the idea of the numbers and how much better you have gotten, because both of those guys have gotten that much better. And both of them may have gotten that much better than Jordan Poole did or DeJounte Murray. That's why I said this most improved player, MIP, is the most interesting to see who gets that. It looks like it will go to Ja, at least, you bet on Vegas. Because if you don't bet on Vegas and you go and take Jordan Poole, you probably get good money. I bet you get Garland is the only other player on the board with odds better than. Yeah, so, you're getting 18 to 1 if you're betting on Jordan Poole, which I bet is next, or it's, you're getting good odds if you bet on Jordan Poole to win that. So very interesting, very interesting. Sixth Man of the Year is a wrap, sold up in a bow. But shout out to the other guys who are even in the mix. I do think it is Kevin Love, and then it probably should be Cameron Johnson. I think he's been more consistent than Kelly Oubre, in my opinion. Coach of the Year, Spo or Monty or Taylor, any of these guys. But I think you got to give it to Monty because they really only added a little bit, and he just has developed the heck out of these players. And I'm totally not mad at it at all if he gets it again. He deserves it. He totally deserves it. As far as like the all teams, I'm not going to really talk about them. I just briefly have a little list over here: Mobley, Barnes, Cunningham, Franz Wagner, Herb Jones, first team. Yeah, Davion Mitchell not making a team would be kind of weird, but he didn't play enough. All defensive team: Drew, Michael, all the guys I just recited. All NBA first team: Jokic, Luka, Booker, Giannis, Tatum. Second team, I think LeBron should be NBA second team for sure. But Trey, Steph, DeRozan, Kevin Durant, and Embiid, not mad at that at all. Yeah, like the first, second, and third teams are all going to make sense. So award season is going to be interesting. I am looking forward to seeing what comes of it. But that is second quarter, and as the NBA awards, as of always, my halftimes are just, they're lackluster, man. They're just not. They don't have the oomph yet. But maybe one day, our halftimes will be popping. All right, so third quarter is Abbott Elementary, and season finale just happened. One season, 12 episodes, or 13 episodes? 13 episodes. And it has earned perfect score on Rotten Tomatoes. One of the few shows that has done that. I think it's fair because it was not a breath of fresh air, I would say, a breath of clean, recycled, newer feeling air. It was just nice to see. It does have a Modern Family feel, at least in my opinion. But I think those work. Those are good shows. I mean, it's nothing wrong with giving people what they like and then giving them the characters. Then you throw kids in there, school related, and it takes place in Philly. It all just mashes up to a nice big ball of fun. I don't think there's obnoxious moments, but I do think that just comes with TV at times, especially comedies. The principal, Ava, she's, you get it sometimes and you don't get it other times. I'm sure a lot of people love it, and to me it's just a little over the top, but you kind of need it because if she wasn't there, it would be a little more serious than you probably would want it to be. So you do need that goofy person. But I think the goofy person is the janitor, and I think he's the MVP of the show. There's moments that he comes in and really changes just the feel of it, the actor of the guy, the smile, the laugh, the jokes. He's just really good actor. Mr. Johnson, I don't know his name in the. I don't know. Well, maybe I could find it really quick. No, he's not up here. Mr. Johnson is his name in the show. And then there's also just extra characters they brought in, which Tariq, which is the Janine's main character's boyfriend. Just really good how they implemented his goofiness character in there. Jacob, his boyfriend in the show, he only had he was only in 2 episodes, I believe, but perfect time. Everything they did was just really good timing. And then it also had the message. That's the key, I think, to it, is that every episode, and with many of the shows, Blackish and Modern Family, they all have a theme. I think that's important. Every show, I guess, does, but they hit it they hit it really, really good. It's executed very, very well. And I think like I said, being in elementary school, being about kids, it all essentially working around that makes it a little bit easier. I wouldn't call it cheating, but it does make it a little bit easier because it's about the kids and how the teachers interact with the kids and their lifestyle. So it's a little multifaceted, which you can attack from so many different angles and be funny on so many different levels. And I think that is what the show gets done very, very well. And I think, it looks like it's actually when on Google it shows mockumentary, but I don't know. I think that's just a play on Quinita's brilliance. She's just you can tell she gets it, she understands it, and what people want. And she knocked out the park with this one. It also had one of the strongest comedy ratings since the Modern Family finale back on February 24th. It brought in 9 million total viewers, which is huge. That's big numbers for a TV show. And like I said, I think it was just something that something fresh that people wanted to see. People was ready to see a lot of black people in it. That's the other angle, is that I love not even just black, Asian. I watch Korean stuff. I just like seeing different people on the television. I just do. It doesn't have to be, all. It doesn't have to be all or something. But I do like when you see a different culture on TV. I like it. All Indian show. I'd be quick to check it out. I mean, anything. It's just. I remember Fresh Off the Boat came out. I thought I didn't continue to watch it, but I thought it was fun. I watched like 4 or 5 episodes. I thought it was really, really good. So, fresh faces, new faces, and then some of the old ones like Tyler James Williams. Everybody else is pretty much a fresh face, and then he pops in. You're like, oh, everybody hates Chris, and you got a familiar face with the new ones and everybody, and it's funny and, makes you, Yeah. Abbott Elementary is a really good season, a really good show. Season 1 finale was April 12th. They went to the zoo. It was a good episode. Season 2 I'm imagining it will just kind of do the same thing, and they'll probably get a little more loose and not walk such a fine line. I think they'll scribble around the lines a little bit and see what they can push and see what people like and laugh at and respond to. I think that's the cool thing about it, is that it can go for a long time, and you can add teachers, and you can just add so much. You can add so much to it as far as in a school. There's only a few teachers when you can start adding more and more personalities, and kids can get involved. Class clown. It's just all different ways they can go. So I'll be looking forward to watching season 2, and I'll probably check it out just like I watch Modern Family and Big Bang and all those ones that I love. This is one of those ones that'll go down as, I think it'll go down as one of the top TV shows years from now for sure. So that's third quarter there. As we just smooth on right along through Play Some D48. And this one here can take long or it can be short. I'm not really sure. But I've been thinking about it for a while. And this is Lil Wayne's studio album tier list. As always, the classic Fire Good, It's Okay, Not Gonna Lie is just there. This is the first one I found, and I'm just gonna do it like that. But I'll probably, I don't know how I'll do it. Maybe I might just put them all on one row. I don't even know yet. We'll figure it out. But the main thing is that I'll place the orders where I think they go in. I really wanted to do it with the mixtapes. I really, really did, but I just thought it was unfair. Once Lil Wayne got on a lot of people's beats, and I saw a comment, I think on Twitter or somewhere, that, you know, remember when Lil Wayne was getting on people's beats and you forgot how the real song went. And there's a number of songs like that. And I just thought it wasn't fair because, you know, a lot of those beats were great beats that he got on, and in some instances premeditated, you know, went crazy on those beats. And I think a few of those albums would push past a lot of his albums. Now, he probably feels that way, you know, some of the dedication stuff, No Ceilings, the Drought 3. Well, I wouldn't put the Squad in there, but those Squad mixtapes were crazy. So, yeah, well, we're at studio albums, and I'm going to, I don't even know where I would like to start. I guess I'll probably start with his, I guess the Carter 3 was the one that did the huge numbers originally. I don't know if it's his. I personally don't think it was his best. I've never thought it was his best, but I do know 500 Degrees was his worst. I really really feel that way. I'm not a human being. Two was I. This one's okay. This is the first one. This one was okay. The Free Wheezy album probably goes like right above that. And then The Block is Hot is really where it gets interesting for me. Cause I personally liked a lot of this stuff. This was my youth for real. And it's not better than a Carter 3. Lights Out. Lights Out wasn't better than 500 Degrees. But actually, I don't think it was better than I'm Not a Human Being either. Rebirth. 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 I didn't think Rebirth was very good. Rebirth had to drop the world on it. Yeah, I thought so. Rebirth was not better than Lights Out. I don't even know if Rebirth was good. So yeah, either way, I guess I'm not even really. We'll just put them all up on one line. I don't really want to. I don't want to get caught up in classic fire. I will announce what is I do think Carter 3 was a classic. I personally believe that the Carter 2. You know what this is missing? This is actually missing an album. Oh no, it's not. I'm tripping. The Carter 2, the Carter. I just can't see. I'm just blind. So now we're down to the Carters. All of the Carters. The Carter 5. The Carter 5 wasn't that bad. The Carter 1, the Carter 2, and the Carter 3. The Carter 4 was good too, actually. Funeral isn't on here. Funeral is not on here. That is the one. I knew I was missing something. Something didn't look right. Let me see. The Carter 4. Just want to look at. I actually like Father Like Son. Should probably be on here too. Actually. So I would put like Father Like Son before, like Father Like Son would go in the middle of Block is Hot and Carter 5, I believe. And for whatever reason, I'm not seeing the Carter 4. The Carter 4. 6 foot. She Will. Yeah, it got John on it. So Special. Mega Man. Carter 4 is absolutely after Carter 3. See, I would put it. I like Block is. I think Block is Hot is better. Carter 2 and Carter 3 has always been my biggest discrepancy, but I do think the Carter 1 is his best album. I mean, this album just goes crazy. I mean, there's just so many good songs on there. There's just so many good songs on there. Carter 3 was good. I think there's a lot of it's really tough. I mean, these. I mean, when it gets, that's why I said this might have took a long time, because these 3 for me are just really really good albums. They are. I mean, it's not many people that just like hip hop music would say these aren't neck and neck, like neck and neck. So let me look at the Carter 2 really quickly, and then I'll make a final decision on it if I can find it here. Oh, and the Funeral. So Funeral would go. I would put Funeral before Carter 5 too. So Funeral and like Father Like Son will go in the middle of 4 and 5, which I think is correct. And then Carter 2. Carter 2. Carter 2 is after Carter 3, I think. But I think they all could interchange for sure. Carter 3 is really good. Now that I just took another sneak peek at it, but I think the Carter is his best one. Carter 3 and then Carter. I think this is the way to go. And like I said, right after this would go Funeral, and then like Father Like Son, and then 5, and then that's the rest of the order. So kind of salty Funeral isn't in here, and I don't think Father Like Son should necessarily be in here. I'm always indifferent with the collaboration albums. They're always like, it's a collab album, so it's like, the T Wayne, that would be like last, or yeah, T Wayne, 500 Degrees, and Free Wheezy album. They're all whatever, would be interchange. T Wayne was whatever. So that's my Lil Wayne tier list. Carter 3, Carter 2, Block is Hot, Carter 4, and then Funeral, which was solid, I thought. Like Father Like Son. 5, Not a Human Being, Lights Out, Rebirth, Free Wheezy, Not a Human Being 2, and 500 Degrees. I never liked 500 Degrees. I know some people might think it shouldn't be last, but I didn't think it was very good at all. Cool. That's 48. And as always, thank you for watching. We just finished up Lil Wayne's Tier album. We just got through the NBA awards. Picked my NBA playoff bracket. You know, everybody stays healthy. I think the Bucks get her done again. Unless Ben Simmons is just incredible, but the Bucks, Bucks should get it done again. And Abbott Elementary, really good show. The season finale just happened of season 1. Season 2 is gonna come back bigger, stronger, faster, and harder than ever. And I like what they're doing over there. And I hope everybody likes what I'm doing over here. Play some DEE. If you don't mind, that like button, drop a comment. Let me know what you think about Lil Wayne's tier list. Let me know what you think about NBA awards. Who you think should win that MVP? MIP. MIP is the big one. Big one. Did you watch Abbott Elementary? If not, you should. Let me know how you think about it. And turn on those notifications. And I'm going to get up on out of here. And 49 to be bigger and better than ever. You know what I'm saying? But as always, be safe, be great. And until the next one, Holla.